Hello and welcome to Letters from Nowhere, a history mystery podcast where I present letters written by notable people throughout history, and it's up to you to figure out who the author is. My name is Allie, and I'm your host as we take a deep dive into the lives and emotions of some famous names. Before we get started, here are some ground rules. Rule number 1. These letters are fictional and written as I perceive the historical person. My basis for their feelings and emotions comes from the existing writings about them and their own personal words. Rule number 2. Each person I present is no longer living, so that rules out any current notable people. Rule number 3. A link to a poll will be included in each episode description to submit your guess. You will then receive an email with the correct answer to the previous letter. Now presenting Season 1, Episode 7, Bones. Mother, I've had the most terrible dream last night. It was so chilling that I bolted upright from sleep, feeling the sweat drip down my forehead. I felt like I was blasted by lightning, with every fiber in my body violently pulsating at the same time. My imagination was running like a wild horse, unable to be slowed or tamed into submission. It was unlike anything I have ever experienced in my short life. I knew, in that moment, I must run and tell you everything. My dream started with a shadow of a man. His hunched back was facing me, so I was unable to read his face. He bends over a table, inspecting the greatest piece of artwork he's ever created. This artwork, this creature, looked like a man. All the parts were there, but there was something wholly inhuman about it. Stitches replaced the muscle tendons previously holding the body parts together. No signs of life existed in this creature. The arms and legs were connected to an engine by cords of wire, extending from the wrists and ankles into a machine that towers the tallest of men. The hunched man grabs a lever next to the machine, and it spurs to life with a rumbling and humming. Soon, the creature's body starts to shake. Its limbs move in the way they did when they were alive. The shaking was violent and seemed to never end. Watching from the outside, I stood paralyzed with fear, awe, and shock. I spared a look at the creature's face, afraid of what I might witness. Like the flicker of a candle, the eyes of this terrible monster opened. The next moment, I was awake and panting in the bed I fell asleep in. I must confess, the dream felt as real as a living memory. I wanted more than anything to tell you about it in person. I wish I could visit you, but you are so far away. You have always been so far away from me. It is my fault entirely, but I do feel the hollowness in my chest whenever I think of you. I have so many ideas swimming through my head. I have no one to tell them to. In your writing, you emphasize the critical role a mother must play in her daughter's life. Yet you were unable to do this for your own daughter. I must think of a world in which I turned out differently if you were here with me. It is urgent that I write everything down, lest I forget it all. I was tasked with developing a story that will chill you to the bones and feel as though there was someone watching you. I realized that what I experienced was a dream, but what if it could happen for real? What if this forbidden science is the key to defeating death, a finality that remains inconquerable to this day? I feel as though I've stumbled upon something great. I cannot wait to read it to everyone else in the house. I hope they enjoy it. Regardless, I seek to complete a full manuscript. My hands are vibrating with anticipation, and I can picture the entire story in my mind. I do not know if I will see you again. I do not know if you can hear me from all the way here. I wouldn't know since you've never been able to reply. Just know that my thoughts and ideas will always and irrevocably reflect what you've taught me.